Lubbock, Texas. Haley Shepard, the hitman's daughter, is on the stand. She takes the jury back 3 years, and you'll see why. It's a hot summer night in Amarillo, Texas. Her father, Dave Shepard, treats his daughters to a fancy steak dinner, served with a side of suspicion.
He had some money. I got a nice steak.
Shepard's daughters say that night their typically cash-poor father bragged about buying a new grill and new tires for his SUV.
Dad had money out of the blue. He just randomly had money, and he didn't ever have money.
For his older daughter, Haley, there was also a brand new cell phone.
We all asked him, how do you have money? And his words were, I did some work for Mike, and he paid me early.
This time, the prosecutor calls her, not her father, to testify in Mike Dixon's retrial.
And you think that was a prepayment for killing Dr. Sonnier?
In retrospect, absolutely.
For victim Joseph Sonnier's family, Haley's testimony is a game changer.
She got up there and said, at dinner, I asked my dad, I said, where'd you get this money? And David Shepard says to her, I did some work for Mike. He paid me early. Don't ask what I did for him. Game over.
It takes a new jury only 3 hours to deliberate.
And my hand was shaking like this because I knew we got a guilty verdict. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it.
And he's right.
The verdict is in.
Unanimous verdict.
Guilty on 2 charges.
Mike Dixon is convicted on 2 counts of capital murder.
What was your first reaction?
I had to turn to my wife and I had to say, he said guilty, right? He said guilty. We've been waiting for that moment for over 3 years.
For the Sonnier brothers, it's finally closure.
When you look at the photos of him, smug smile. When you look at his mugshot from his arrest, smug smile. And he has had that smile for both trials, and it was so great to be able to know that we finally wiped that smile off his face.
Still,
He's lost everything. Time with his family.
another son, Andrew Dixon, remains convinced his father is innocent.
When you think about the fact that he has to spend the rest of his life in prison without parole, how does that make you feel?
It's unreal. It's like a nightmare. You lay your head down at night and it's just always there. Always in the back of your mind, everything.
Remarkably, Dave Shepard's daughters have accepted both men's fate as justice served.
I know you guys don't talk to your dad a lot right now, but if you could, what would you say to him?
We're doing very good. We are all okay.
We're okay without him.
I think he's where he needs to be.
As for the woman at the center of it all, Rochelle Shatina has a warning.
There are real sociopaths and psychopaths that walk amongst us. They're charming. They sit at the dinner table with you and your children, and sometimes they sleep in your bed with you. They're not capable of feeling love for you or empathy for anyone. When you see that, don't ignore it. Get out. Run as fast as you can.
Tonight, Rochelle Shatina has put Mike Dixon out of her mind, but says Joseph Sonnier will always have a place in her heart.
I would tell him I loved him, and that I'll always love him, and I would just tell him how sorry I am.